So here it is, the incredible Cut 50 plasma cutter from Shanghai. Came in this box, made in China. Funny thing about this, it says, notice, Forbin throwing unit. And I looked that up to try and figure out what that meant. And Forbin comes up as some kind of sci-fi thing. But anyway, I think it means forbidden to throw this box. Do not throw this box. I think it means fragile. If you know, fragile, handle with care. Don't throw it. Don't do that with it. Which I think there are videos on YouTube of people, shipping companies throwing boxes. I'm not sure if that's what that means, but anyway, this is the incredible Cut 50, and let's unbox it, shall we? Take these off. Get the razor knife out. Looks like it took a pretty good hit right here. You can see it's accordioned up. Let's see how much. It's a box inside of a box with some decent foam. I can use this. This is a nice, soft polyethylene foam. There's two pieces. Okay, so two of those pieces. Let's get this out of here. Three pieces, but not four. I'll use that somewhere. Welding machine, model made in China. That's interesting. I feel like I've got deja vu all over again. This one. Okay, here it is. Piece of tubing. Stripe on it, and then there are parts. This is the regulator, and I believe it's also not only a regulator but a water trap. You push this up, and here I am, I have it out of frame. Let's put that back for now. Getting ahead of myself. Okay. So here's the website, Plasmargon.com, and what I'm reviewing is the Cut 50 machine, their Cut 50. I don't see that machine on their website anymore. I do see this one, which is the PLC 55X, which seems to be very similar. What I'm reviewing is the Cut 50, which I got on eBay from a reseller with a package of consumables and extra nozzles and tips. So all this stuff was just kind of at the bottom of the box. Let me arrange it. Get everything arranged and undone. It looks pretty good, actually, this manual. Stand by. So I'm pleasantly surprised or pleased at the quality of everything. Everything is here This is kind of cool. You put this on, and that keeps the tip the right distance off the workpiece. If you're doing some kind of freehand, well, I'll look into it and see exactly why I would use that. I think normally you'd get a piece of straight guide, steel guide, and rest this on it, or possibly this, to guide your work. But anyway, the thing that kind of worries me now is I pick this up and I have this action. Here's something. Is this it? This just came out. That was it. It looks like a screw on, or rather a nut on a plastic screw. A nut on a plastic screw and the plastic screw has broken off. So let's see if that's what it was. But anyway, what I was about to say is if this is a phony piece of junk, it doesn't work well, somebody went to a lot of trouble making this complex thing to be a phony piece of junk. I have the feeling this is going to work well. I hope it's going to work well. Yeah, I think I can see what it was that fell off. It was one of these guys. Standoff. It looks like, yeah, this is loose now. So this machine is a little bit messed up here because it's missing off the bottom. You can see this looseness. I have to see if I can fix that. I think I might try to figure out how to wire tie it. You can see there's one here, and there's supposed to be one here and one over here, and there isn't. It is snapped off. So actually two of them snapped off, and one appears to be missing. I didn't find parts of it anywhere. Maybe it's, oh, what's that? Was that it? No, I think that was just something rattling, a piece of this banging against the thing. All right, stand by. There are two of these now. I found the other one. These nuts, not good to have little pieces of metal rattling around in your plasma cutter, because these could short things out, fall on a circuit board. So I got them out of there. And what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to attempt to make this, the bottom of the circuit board be less mobile. Since the two in the bottom are broken off, I'm going to carefully wire, or cable tie rather, this part in down here so it doesn't rattle around so much. The top two are somewhat connected. The bottom two are missing. But if I wrap a cable tie from here around this, that might solve the problem, or at least make it immobile enough that it'll perform reliably. Now you might say, why don't I just return it? Well, I would return it, but I don't think this is a terrible problem. Maybe the unit fell and took such a hard blow that it actually is damaged and doesn't work. But if it does work, I just as soon keep it, because in my experience, this is the sort of thing that happens all the time, and probably better to deal with it and keep the machine rather than wait another few more weeks to get a machine that has its problems. So. Okay, that seems all right. Now, if this machine has been dropped so hard that it broke those two plastic things and there's something else wrong and it doesn't work, then I will return it. Here's the actual regulator, water separator. It has 1, 2, 3, 4 ports. And the picture in the manual is this. That's this thing right here, which bears no relationship to reality whatsoever. So I'm going to have to kind of figure this out on my own. This orange guy plugs into here. You push it in, it plugs into the air. Then they give you this hose that goes here to here, way too long. And they even give you a couple of lovely hose, what do they call these? Jubilee clamps? Is that what they call these? These are the standard ones you get at the store. So I think, and then this mounts up here via this bracket. All right, so let me see if I can do that. This doesn't look like an outlet. This looks like a hex key would fit in there. Maybe 5, 6 millimeter. Not sure what that's for. But there is basically an inlet, an outlet, and another outlet. This arrow shows the direction the gas should flow. So I'm going to mount that like that, and hopefully that'll be correct. It looks like this one, they've given you a little bit of thread locker on there already. So I don't think I'll put any on there. Probably not necessary. Usually wind these clockwise so they won't unravel. If I wound them instead of this way, that way, when I tighten them, they might unravel. So I usually do 2 wraps and then thread them in like so. Don't want to over crank on this. This is probably a zinc-based casting that's not terribly strong. And if you tighten this, over tighten it, you could split the casting and ruin the whole part. This guy here, can we get my mini crescent wrench on here, or is it too big? It's too big. Boo. Gotta go for the big one. Okay, here we go. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to check the box that this came in and see if there were instructions in it. AFR combination model. Okay, so sorry, nothing. Okay, I believe this goes over here. Yeah, there's a locking tab right there. So, oh, you can mount this in 4 positions. I think I'm going to go like this. Put this over the top. Don't think I need any Loctite on that. I don't. Wow, that's tight. I can't move it. push to lock. So you pull it. You pull it and turn it. Okay. I was about to get a wrench out and mess it up. So you turn this, then you lock it like that, and then it won't move. That's very nice because this could get bumped, or it could vibrate, and then suddenly you're getting 40 psi instead of the 60. Apparently you want 60 psi. So anyway, that was good to figure out. All right, now let's go to the back of the machine. Tilt up a little bit. There. Mount this thing. I hope this machine works and was not damaged. Wait. You can do it. There it goes. Okay, these two are loose. Lovely little brass screws. Doing what they should do. This goes on like this. I believe there are machines that have this regulator built in, and they sit on the front of the machine. So this is not necessary, but this machine was $230 on eBay, including delivery. So hopefully this will work for a while. It just won't be something that's like, you get 90 days out of it. I don't think so. It looks nice. Of course, it was damaged. That's the thing I'm most concerned about now is the damage. I'm going to snug this red ring up. That's it. Just snug it. Snug it so I can go. Let's see, you pull it up, make your adjustment, and then lock it. Okay, now this wants to go in here. Push that all the way until it stops. And then this is the output, and it goes here like this. Okay, so this goes on like that. It's a Phillips. I might get a nut driver for this. This goes here, which seems like a lot of hose sticking out. I think I'll leave it like that until I am sure that it operates. And if it doesn't operate, I'll be able to, normally I would take something like this and cut it. But I don't know whether I'm not going to return. I might be returning this machine. I don't want to return a cut hose. I don't want to give them any reason to say you did not return the machine correctly in the right order, etc., etc. This looks like this has to be here. Because if I cut this off here and do it, I'm going to get more. I'm starting to get a pinch point right here. And if I cut this shorter, it's going to be an even nastier pinch point there. This, I would like this to be a quick disconnect. So I can just plug my my air lines into that. Let's see if I've got one. The other thing I need is, I'm going to hook this machine up for 220. So I need a 220 plug for this. And I don't have one right now. I feel like using this machine with 220 instead of 110 is going to give me the best results. Although it is possible that 110 won't be any worse. The other thing that's nice about 110 is, you can plug it in anywhere. You could have, an outlet that's on a farm that you go to or someone's house where you need to cut something and they don't have that 220 outlet, or they have a 220 outlet but it's in the basement and it's the wrong 220 outlet. But I think 99% of the time I'm going to use this in my house, in my workshop with my other metalworking tools, and I have a couple of 220 outlets, and I even have a 220 extension cord, so I got to get that too. So here's the torch, and this looks actually quite nice. There's a fabric covering of the air line, the power line, and I believe this is the switch that turns everything on and off. So the torch is seems pretty nice. And I'll connect this up. There's probably only really one way that you could connect this too. That thing tightens and the whole strain relief is attached to it, so you have to rotate this whole thing. This can only go here. I'll super double check these things. There's a washer. I'm going to remove the washer, put that on outside, and leave this wire kind of up, because if it was down, it might get damaged if I move the machine around. Then there's this guy. This is how it came, kind of out like that. And that is plugged into here. Oh, there's a notch at the bottom. That goes to this notch at the bottom. So plug that in, bring up the strain relief in the collar. There it goes. Okay. Tighten it there. This seems fragile, but once it's tightened, maybe it's not so fragile. Okay, so that's the torch connected up. They give you what appears to be 7-8 feet of torch hose. Ah, there's the tip. Okay. There's a tip and a nozzle. And then there's the collar. I guess that's called. I'll look and see what these terms are. We will see. Lastly, the ground dude, which it looks like there's a nib right there that goes in to the top, the 12 o'clock position. I believe, put it in, you turn it clockwise, and that's it. And then you get this rudimentary ground clamp. This is how it's attached. This is what's underneath. We'll see. It says 60 amps. Yeah, it says 60 amps. Maybe it says 80 amps. Hard to read, but that's your ground clamp. Might be okay. Okay. It says for 220, brown and blue are hot, and then the yellow-green wire is ground. Okay. So I've got the regulator back cranked up to about 70 psi, and this is, let's see, I can change the amperage. Let's try 55 amps. Let's see what this is like. I'm going to take off the guide wheels. This is 1/8 inch steel, 11 gauge. Try to go through it. I'm going to try a angle guide. Now this is a 3/4 inch thick angle. If you try it like this, I'm kind of cutting off what I'm doing, but went a little too fast there in the middle. Let's try that again. Ooh-wee, is this hot. This was done with the edge guide. I'm going to drop it now because it's getting a little too hot to hold, but you can see it's pretty good. There's a little bit of burr on the side. Oh yeah, that edge comes right off. Pops right off. And this is a burn through. It did that effortlessly. Right here is when I went too fast and it didn't really cut it. So this thing is dandy. I don't know how long it'll last, but it does seem to be a quality machine, just taking it apart and putting it together and using it. So that's my Cut 50 review. Well, you stayed this long in this video, and if you stayed this long, probably you liked it. And if you did like it, hit the like button. That helps me help you, and I can make more videos. And I will see you next time.